the crispiest potato wedges you will ever have. This is the most perfect recipe if you're looking for a crispy potato that's never gonna let you down. I have perfected this recipe and I know that you will absolutely love it. You will no longer ever have a need to find any other recipe for crispy potatoes because these are incredible. They are oven baked and they are perfect every single time, and I'll share with you all of my tips and tricks. You're gonna start off with the potato of your choice. I happen to think a Yukon Gold really works best for this, but an Idaho potato works just as well. I have peeled them as best as I could. You also wanna have a large pot filled with cold water. I'm gonna turn it on now, but it's important that your water is cold. We're gonna give these a heads up, and I want you to cut them into nice big wedges to about 3/4 of an inch thick. The thinner the wedge, the more likely it is to sort of burn and you won't get any fluffy interior. So I would say a good 3/4 of an inch thick. This is what I'm looking for, okay? This is even a little bit thicker, this is about an inch thick, but you want about 3/4 of an inch thick. That right there is perfect. And yes, while I was developing this recipe over and over again, I was, in fact, I have a food only ruler that I keep in my drawer, and I was sizing these up to make sure that they were perfect because I wanted at the time that these were cooked to be all very accurate. So I'm gonna cut them into, like I said, 3/4 inch thick pieces. These are perfect, and they're going to go into the cold water. When you add them to your cold water, you also want to add a very generous pinch of salt. The reason we do that is same reason why we salt our water for our pasta. It is the only chance you have to season the potato itself from the inside out, and it makes a massive difference. So I'm gonna put these all in here, and then once my water comes up to a boil, you're going to let them cook for exactly 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you're gonna drain them very, very well and set them aside. For this recipe, I developed it to be for about 2¼ pounds of potatoes. So as you adjust, because you want to make more, because of course you do, just adjust, of course, the pan that you're using. I would just use 2 pans because you want to give your potatoes plenty of room to roast and crisp rather than to steam. But we will get to that later. For now, I'm just going to continue slicing these up and getting them into that water. Potatoes are in my colander. I just drained them. Now remember, we put them in the cold water with the salt and we waited for it to come to a boil, which does take like 10 minutes, so do not panic, but you're not gonna start a timer of that 5 minutes until your water is at a rolling boil. And then you boil them for 5 minutes, then you'll drain them in your colander of choice. Let them sit here for 10 minutes. Just leave them alone, just like this. While that happens, you're gonna take your pan, which I will link this particular one down below for you. It's a set of 3 and they're amazing. Everything you make in this comes out crispy and gorgeous and brown, and I don't know what it is, but it's phenomenal. I've got some light olive oil in here, okay? For about 2¼ pounds of potatoes, I am using 4 tablespoons of light olive oil. Don't panic, that's what you need. Popping this into the oven at 425 for 10 minutes. So while the potatoes sit for 10 minutes, this goes into the oven for 10 minutes. And I do not want to hear you skipping this step because, let me tell you something. This right here, these just 2 little extra steps of boiling the potatoes and heating up your pan, 2 extra steps, is key, I gotta put my timer on, to creating the most crispy, delicious, and gorgeous potato you've ever had. Now yes, certainly, my timer. Certainly, you can peel your potatoes, put them in a roasting pan with some spices and put them in the oven. Delicious, fantastic, wonderful. Not the same. Not the same. If you want the kind of potatoes that are so crispy on the outside, when you bite into them, they almost snap and the interior is fluffy and gorgeous, these are the steps you're going to take. Now, you want to get your spice mixture ready, and do not be tempted to put more than what I am asking you to add. In here, I've got 1 teaspoon each of granulated garlic and onion, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of rosemary. Remember, we pass our rosemary through a coffee grinder that's designated to just spices and herbs, because otherwise rosemary is very, very, very like pointy and like it kind of sticks in your throat and it doesn't really release the flavor. So by blitzing it a little bit and pulverizing it a little bit in your coffee grinder that's designated for whole spices and herbs makes a huge difference. This is it. You're not gonna add a tablespoon instead of a teaspoon because spices burn. So for this amount of oil, these are the correct amount of spices you're going to add. Give them a little stir, mix with your finger, and set them aside. So while the potatoes are sitting for 10 minutes and the baking dish is in the oven for 10 minutes, we have everything ready. And then we just unite them all. Now, it's been exactly 10 minutes. Your oil will be steaming. Do not be tempted to use extra virgin olive oil. It will burn. Watch what happens when you add the spices to your hot oil. They instantly sizzle. The oil just pulls around the edges. A bit of salt as well, of course. Even though we did salt the potatoes, we need to salt the outside. You take your potatoes, now they're really nice and dry. Rough them up a little bit. It gets really good, delicious, crispy corners, and you're just gonna coat them in that oil and those spices. And now all you do is you just do your best to put them like in a single layer, and these are gonna go into your oven at 425 for 40 to 45 minutes, flipping halfway through, and they will be so stunning and gorgeous you won't be able to resist. So in they go. That's it. You guys, let's just listen. Just look at how stunning and gorgeous and just perfectly roasted these potatoes are, okay? A couple of them didn't make contact with the pan because there wasn't enough space to make one single layer, but oh, you guys, oh, they're hot. They're very, very hot. I'll take this one over here because I want to show you the inside. So I think that's important. Okay, you see how it's, listen, bring it close to my mic. You hear it? I hope you do. But then look, but then the inside is like, you see it like that layer right there, that outer layer is just crispy and delicious and the interior is just fluffy. I know you heard that. Hot. So hot. Everything. They are everything. They're perfectly seasoned from the inside out. They're not difficult to make. If you're making a roast for this upcoming Easter, you're making a lamb, you're making a roast chicken, whatever. These are the ultimate potatoes to serve alongside. I'm just telling you, if you want a fantastic main of a beautiful roast with these potatoes, maybe some peas and pancetta alongside, the trio would be unbeatable. Whoa! The trio would be unbeatable. Go to laurainthekitchen.com for the recipe. Check the description down below. Hope you enjoyed spending time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh.